if you are sitting on a mountain of Astrites, today is a massive day because Kuro Games just broke the internet. The official drip marketing for one of the most anticipated characters in Wuthering Waves history is finally here, and Qingxiao is officially locked in for version 3.6. We finally have confirmation on her element, her combat role, and our very first look at the early kit leaks that are about to completely change the upcoming meta. If you are hyped for the Sword Immortal of Mengzhou, smash that like button and let's break down exactly what makes her so insanely powerful.
Rovers, hold the line. If you are completely tapped out of Astrite and that next 5-star character is staring you down, stop scrolling. You do not need to drop a full $100 in the official store when U7 Buy exists. This is the absolute most trusted marketplace for Wuthering Waves top-ups, backed by thousands of real reviews on Trustpilot. They give you 2 distinct ways to save. First, direct top-up. You literally just type in your user identification number, pay, and your Astrite hits your account in seconds with zero info sharing hassle. Second, login top-up. You temporarily provide your details and they recharge it for you. It takes a second longer, but it is even cheaper than direct. Right now, U7 Buy is running a massive 16% discount compared to official prices. Both options are 100% secure, delivered fast, and completely ban-free. Use my code JINSI at checkout to stack an extra 5% off on top of those already low prices. Click the link in the description or pinned comment.
Thanks to her massive presence in the new version 3.5 story, we finally got to see her in action, and she easily had one of the best first appearances in the entire game. Whenever Kuro gives a character this much spotlight, it means they are right around the corner, and today's drip marketing confirmed we no longer have to guess about the upcoming banners. Qingxiao is officially an Aero Sword Resonator firmly locked in as a main DPS, but more importantly, she is an Aero Tune Strain DPS. This ties directly into the brand new 3.5 update. With the new Sonata effects that just dropped, there is already a dedicated Echo Set Tailor made for her that increases her crit damage by a massive 20%. Because she gets so much raw stat value from this dedicated set right out of the gate, it opens up some incredibly powerful and highly specific team synergies. Her combat mechanics are where things get truly wild, and this is where the expanded kit leaks really shine. Qingxiao's Forte Circuit features 2 completely distinct forms, demanding that you balance a high-skilled dual resource system. She has a base instrument stance using her Guqin and a lethal sword stance. The base stance acts as your primary setup, while the sword stance becomes the main engine of your damage. For her Forte resources, you are constantly managing Chin Heart and Sword Intent. When she is on the field, her basic attacks do not actually swing a blade. Instead, she plays her Guqin. These instrument attacks generate Chin Heart stacks, and as you strike the strings, spectral swords gradually unsheath from the instrument itself. Once you swap into her sword stance, her basic attacks change entirely into lightning-fast arrow strikes, which generate your sword intent stacks. You have to build up to 5 stacks of both resources to enter her heavily leaked Sword Immortal state. But if you had the mechanical skill to push it to the absolute maximum of 7 chin and 7 swords, it allows you to execute her peak damage output. The visual design here is insane. Instead of simply carrying a weapon, her instrument dynamically summons, stores, and releases blades throughout the battle as these stacks build. The more resources you bank, the more swords visibly float around her character model. And then there's her Resonance Liberation, officially leaked as 10,000 swords return to 1. When both cages are completely full at 7 stacks, casting her ultimate consumes everything to summon a punishing killing formation. Leakers are describing the animation scale as absolutely massive, with a single sword duplicating into 2, then 4, then 8. Until the sky is completely filled with blinding blade reflections before they all crash down in a devastating aero nuke, exactly like the jaw-dropping display we saw during the 3.5 cutscene. On top of her raw damage potential, her exploration mechanics are getting a massive upgrade. Her signature dodge features actual sword-riding flight. Instead of a normal dash, perfectly timing your dodges or using heavy attacks mid-air allows Qingxiao to literally surf on her sword, giving her insane aerial mobility and near-permanent flight capabilities during combat and world exploration. Based on these early mechanics, her rotation is going to be incredibly rhythmic. Her intro skill brings her onto the field striking her chin, instantly granting a burst of chin heart stacks to kickstart the loop. From there, you stay in her base stance, executing instrument combos until you max out your chin heart. Once capped, you transition straight into her sword stance, unleashing rapid strikes to max out your sword intent. After dropping her 10,000 swords ultimate, her outro skill leaves a lingering tune strain damage field, allowing you to swap seamlessly to your sub DPS while she continues dealing off-field arrow damage. This also raises a massive comparison that every Wuthering Waves player needs to consider, especially if you already have Jiyan fully built on your account. While Jiyan has been the undisputed king of arrow damage since launch, Qingxiao represents a completely different meta shift. Jiyan relies on heavy attacks and grouping, whereas Qingxiao forces you into a high actions, per minute, rhythm-focused playstyle built entirely around the new Tune Strain mechanics. Leakers are already hinting that her signature 5-star weapon will heavily buff her crit damage even further after entering her Sword Immortal state. But if you are skipping the weapon banner, standard 5-star options like the Emerald of Genesis are still going to be incredible statistics for her baseline build. Because she is heavily built around Tune Strain mechanics, her best team compositions are highly specific but incredibly strong. For your sub DPS slot, Lynae is currently looking like her absolute best in slot partner, especially since Lynae's Tune Strain mode has been desperately waiting for a dedicated main DPS to buff. If you do not have Lynae, Dinia is a fantastic alternative who already functions perfectly with other Tune Strain units. For your support slot, you will want to lock in Mornye. As a 5-star fusion broadblade character, Mornye is currently the premier sustained support for Tune Break and Tune Strain teams. She essentially acts as the shorekeeper for these specific comps, offering massive damage amplification alongside sustained healing and interruption resistance. If you are missing Mornye, Sui Sui is still a phenomenal alternative to keep your team alive. Qingxiao is rapidly becoming the absolute must-pull character for the upcoming patches. With her dedicated 3.5 Echo set already waiting and a powerhouse Tune Strain team ready to go, she is shaping up to be an unstoppable force in version 3.6. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Are you skipping the current banners to save absolutely everything for the Sword Immortal, or are you still trying to pull for Yang or Sui Sui right now? Let me know your exact pull plans, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a Wuthering Waves update, and I will see you in the next one.